Alright, hello. Welcome back to episode 2 of the No Break Challenge. We're doing a bit of a different format shift today. We're basically going to be doing clip jumping, but this time we're cutting out a lot of the video. I don't think anyone cares about finding the same ruin for the 4th time or marking the 80th trader. So you're only going to get a few clips in this one and a lot less of your time wasted. The runes that are included usually have a reason. Like, for example, this one in the corner has a big pile of gears. So that's why this rune is important, because getting access to this tons of gears by using like one bomb to get 14 gears is pretty worth it. So that's why that's here. Alright, this clip here is just me buying some linen from a trader just to get my inventory size back up. It's pretty useful. Just a little marker of just where I got the linen for the future inven in later clips. Just me finding halite. While halite isn't required to really beat the game or anything, part of the challenge is doing the guides, and I believe salting is in the meal making guide, so that is required for the completion of this challenge. Alright, and here is where we find our wonderful commodities trader. This is the make or breaker of the run. It's a big deal that we found him. So he's selling what we need is the blasting powder, which basically is what this run depends on, as along with charcoal, which we can't really get any other way. So it's a huge deal, and this is where basically the start of the run really begins. Everything else was loot acquisition and fluff. This is where the real meat starts, because we will finally get access to bombs, which will let us progress. Alright, this is where we find a ruin with a campfire. Campfire is a big deal because I really can't reliably make my own. And getting all this clay stuff means I don't have to make my own clay stuff. And a big strain in this challenge is the inability to obtain grass naturally. So currently, right now, I am basically starved out of grass. And that copper bar is also pretty useful because if I get an anvil, I can just make a saw right away or make a hammer right away, which can really save me if I need to obtain some tool or something pre-metal without getting my own. I found a couple of these ruins. I'm probably going to throw them all back to back to back because it's pretty simple just to kind of get the point across that it's a pretty good ruin, and I'm happy I find a few of them. This ruin also is next to exposed copper, which I'll be coming back to blow up later, while also having a gear, which could be a potential nice little bonus. So this trader here, funnily enough, is actually a survival goods trader, which I didn't know at the time. Let's freeze frame for a second. Well, not really freeze frame, but that hay bed, I could cut those into grass. I didn't know this at the time that I could do that. So this is me massively throwing by not buying that hay bed, but it's not too big of a deal. I can always come back later. Alright, this clip is just because I saw a funny world thing. It looks like a sphinx or a cat. So just kind of went out to check out how the world gen decided to make that happen. And it turns out a little waterfall happened. And that's how we got that crazy little quirky world gem. So that's pretty cool. And we're back at the Commodities trader. Massive haul here. Big invent dump, a little bit of management. Buying that blasting powder. Buying that twine. So we can make the bombs and this show on the road. We also bought some charcoal, I believe. Yeah. Buying some fuel, buying some twine and stuff, just so that I'll be ready for when the game starts. And this is a part where I was going to take a break, so, a little zoom out, a little wave to the camera, cute stuff, but we got a bit more content in this video. At the end of the video, we did a little bit of inventory management. We're taking full advantage of ground storage by just absolutely dumping everything we can on the floor. Ceramics, bars, twine, and then we call it a day. Alright, thank you for watching.